Welcome. I was so enthused I hit it twice. Welcome to the Radical Retro Rewind YouTube version of the podcast. I'm your host, Radical Ryan Hunter, and I am joined by my wonderful, wonderful friend, all the way from the Gcap Recap channel, Geof.
What's up, everybody?
Thank you for being here. I love this little this role reversal. I am usually seen on Geof's channel here on the Gcap Recap channel, where we do wrestling videos. What don't we do? We do movies. We do Cappy Hour, which is Geof's signature show, one of his signature shows. And then, my God, we've written movies together. We've done a lot. We've done a lot.
Food contests. Yeah, food challenges.
Food challenges. Thanksgiving videos. So we've been doing a lot. Both Geof and myself are huge Star Wars fans, lifelong Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
And currently with the Book of Boba Fett, which is currently as of today, has wrapped season 1. We thought maybe we would come on and do a quick little chat about our feelings for the entirety of season 1 and the finale episode. So, Geof, right off the bat, I know the answer, but what are your feelings for Boba Fett in general, the character?
Boba Fett is one of my favorite Star Wars characters. I mean, he's so badass, Ryan. I mean, he really is. I mean, yeah, I like Chewbacca and I like Darth Vader and all those, but there's that Boba Fett has that cool factor. So to have his own show, I was all in. I couldn't wait.
So, and we'll get into the spoilers. Boba Fett's first appearance, of course, was in the Star Wars holiday special prior to The Empire Strikes Back, where he appeared in the cartoon segment, famously, of the infamous Christmas holiday special. And then he was seen, of course, in The Empire Strikes Back, and Geof and I were both talking off camera. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is just top tier Star Wars, and the mystery of who is this bounty hunter. He has Han Solo now, the whole mythos of Boba Fett. And then we got the prequels, of course, but I guess this was a long time coming in some ways.
Yeah, I think he's a pretty big fan favorite. I mean, look, I got my green lights on for him.
Yes, you do. Yeah, Boba lights.
Yeah, I mean, even when I was a kid, there were the Star Wars comics that were put out by Marvel.
Yes.
They had huge arcs around Boba Fett. So I had the toys, I had everything. He's awesome. He had the jetpack, the guns. He had the rocket launcher. He had the little little rope.
Yes,
almost like Spider-Man. Like he had that little.
Yes, it's like almost like a grappling hook.
Yeah,
too, right?
Like a little mini grappling hook. Yeah, he even tripped up Luke in Return of the Jedi. He got
Which actually is a great point, because there are some Star Wars fans over the years that say that Boba went out in a lackluster way, being, shot down accidentally, and then falling into the Sarlacc pit. But to me, the mythos, and I mean, we'll touch on it when we actually talk about the show a little, but I love the whole Sarlacc pit thing. I mean,
yeah. If I may, in Return of the Jedi, Luke had lost his hand. He got real serious. He went in there to save Han. Like he went into Jabba's palace without his lightsaber. Like he was boss. Like he knew that he killed a Rancor. He went to the edge of the Sarlacc. He did a flip. He got his lightsaber. He started just mowing people down.
R2 popping that lightsaber out.
Yeah, nobody had a chance. Boba Fett not once but twice tripped him up. I mean, Luke's all Jedi'd out at this point, and Luke's in that grappling hook, and he's like he was having trouble when, most Jedi's can just go like that and like would have flung him off of there. So Boba did not go out. Oh, and it was also a fluke.
That's right. It was
Boba Fett where and Han accidentally hits it was a fluke. It was a fluke. He almost shot and killed Luke Skywalker. Had the fluke not happen. He did not go out like a punk.
You've heard it here. But this is good because we are going to continue with that positive Boba energy into his own series, which is the Book of Boba Fett. So, leading up to this series, Geof, it was a after credit scene in Mandalorian season 2, where we got to see Fennec Chan, played by Mal. Oh, let me say her name. I love this beautiful actress too.
Yeah.
Ming
She's
Na
awesome.
Wen, who was the voice of Mulan in the original Disney cartoon as well. So she's got this Disney connection. ER. Ageless woman, I have to say. It seems like she never ages.
No.
Not
a day. Doesn't look like she ages a day.
And then what we have Tamara Morrison as Boba Fett.
Yes.
From reprising his role from Jango Fett in the prequels, as the grown-up Boba Fett now. So we got to see the after credit scene in Mandalorian, which set up this series. I don't know about you, but I have a feeling, because we did talk about it. I was so excited that was Jabba's palace, and he saw Bib Fortuna. Bib Fortuna gained all that weight, I guess, in his Twi'lek hanging things, tentacles.
Yep.
Took over Jabba's spot in this crime lord. Thrilled. I was so excited. I mean, the name Book of Boba came up, and at first I was like, oh, that's funny, the name of it. But after that, I was all in.
Yeah. I love the Jabba Palace thing too. It gave you it was almost everything going full circle to Return of the Jedi, where he met his demise. And was able to come back. So yeah, to see everything in Jabba's palace again. Not to jump ahead, but we find out what happened to Bib Fortuna. We find
which evidently. He and Max Rebo got off Jabba's sail barge before the explosion happened. So I wonder what happened, how they got off. I was so thrilled to see Max Rebo still playing in that cantina alive.
Yes, that was awesome.
It's the little things, right? It's like the little callbacks. And if anything, Geof, I would say this should be a Star Wars fan, original trilogy fan dream in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because for the longest time, even before Mandalorian, Boba Fett was digesting in this the Sarlacc for how many years? It was supposed to.
My God, they could. What is it? Over lifetimes, you will be slowly ingested, or.
Yeah, and for that was the end of. I know they brought him back in I think a graphic
Legends
novel
and books and things like that.
Stuff that we didn't see, we didn't see live action. So for him to show up in Mandalorian, now get his own show. We see how he comes out of the Sarlacc. I almost said it reminds me of that show Arrow, to where you see what's going on in the present, but then there's the flashback of how he got there, and you go back and forth. And it was like that for the first half of the series. And I really did enjoy seeing the backstory of Boba post Return of the Jedi, pre Mandalorian.
So that was beautifully stated, Geof. And so, I mean, getting into the criticism a little, I believe a lot of the criticism is coming from people with this show that the flashbacks, they did not like that whole Bantha Tank flashback scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could get it in some way coming off a show like The Mandalorian, but I mean, how else in a Star Wars movie would you get flashbacks like this? It's not something that we're used to in Star Wars. So it makes sense that he's healing and we're getting these fill in the blank moments of, like you said, how did he get out of the pit? How did he end up with Mando? How did he end up with Fennec Chan? So, over the course of the 7 episodes, this played out, of course. Do you have some highlights that you leading up to the finale, Geof, that you really enjoyed in the series?
I did enjoy. I would probably say one of my favorite things was the whole Sand People. How he, he was sold by the Jawas, I guess, to them as like a slave. So we got to see the Jawas again. That was pretty cool. Jawas.
Give me a Jawa, give me Tatooine. Oh, give me a Tusken Raider. That's Star Wars.
We got to see like a little kid, a
yes,
sand person.
Yes,
and we felt for the sand people. The fact that Boba Fett just goes to show you that he doesn't need all his gadgets to be badass. That he's a real fighter. Some of these things I thought were very cool, because some people are like, well, Boba Fett's cool because he has all these gadgets. And it actually shows you he just needs a stick. And he can take some people out. So
sometimes all it takes is a big stick to show you're in charge, huh? No, but okay. So again, I think this is a crucial part, which is heavily criticized, Geof, excuse me. They're saying Boba is too soft, a lot of criticism. But to me, if you're going to get to this anti-hero / turnaround, I think the Sarlacc pit would, I mean, these people weren't slowly ingested. So, I'm sure that changes something in you. Directly from that, you're taken in, or, you're prisoner to these Tuskens, and then you turn, you end up befriending them and gaining their trust. All these things change you. It's like people are so heavily criticizing, I feel. And of course, everyone loves different aspects of Star Wars, not taking that away from them. But I don't think the criticism of the character's too soft and he's not a badass, people change.
And Ryan, he said, he brought this up multiple times throughout this season. The reason why is, he was the Empire's #1 bounty hunter. Like, he was the man. So it's almost like all of us out there in the working world, you have these big bosses that have you going out, basically killing yourself every day. And he's sitting there in the Sarlacc pit. He gets out and he has nothing left. He doesn't have his armor. He has nothing. Where are all these? Where's the Empire? Where are all these people that hired him? Where's Job? They're all dead. They've all, they're dead or gone or whatever.
Yes.
He's like, I got to start going into business for myself. And that is his turn. That is the reason why he started to be this way. Yes. But we also learn, Ryan, in the finale, he's not soft at all. In fact, he hasn't changed a bit. He's a little happier, but he's a stone cold killer.
Yeah. So true. So true. And then, of course, there was that whole, what was it, in episode 5 and 6, where it kind of fools us into getting additional Mandalorian episodes. Would you call this Mando point 2.5?
I will say this for everybody that hated this show, didn't give it a chance. And because I didn't want the Mandalorian's a Mandalorian. I love the Mandalorian. Don't get me wrong. Please. This is not an argument for me. Mandalorian's the best. That's that show. I didn't want to see Boba Fett Mandalorian. I wanted to see something different, which I got. But I just thought it was amazing that you basically get 2 hidden Mandalorian episodes. People that skip this and are going to go watch season 3 of Mandalorian are going to be missing a lot of things, important things that happen, especially since the last they saw was little Grogu touching his face and being taken away by Luke Skywalker to be a Jedi. And Boba Fett doesn't, what's it called? Boba Fett. Mando doesn't have his, I can't remember the name of his ship, but he doesn't have that anymore. So now he's got this awesome starfighter, a Naboo starfighter. If I just turned on season 3, my mind would be blown. I'd be like, what did I miss? The answer would be a lot. The answer would be a lot of cool stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah, we even got to see Peli Motto again, which is another Mando character. And every time we see her, Geof, I feel like we get a callback. I mean, we get the pit droids from the pod racing, and then we got a droid from Star Wars Fallen Order.
Yep.
I want to say it's Fallen Order. Which is so sad because I have that game. Yes, Fallen Order. Not BB-8. BD. It's like this little what would you call him? Boy, yeah, Star Wars. Here's my expert. Everything's leaving me.
I'm just saying it's a small joy. Do you know what it is? It's because Peli Motto she's played by Amy Sedaris, she's hilarious. She was Strangers in Candy. She's great. The character's great.
I always just picture her face in that TV show. My God.
Yeah. Oh gosh, she's a chameleon. I mean, she can play anything with voices and a little bit of makeup, and goes a long way. And honestly, she was always a pretty very attractive woman under all that stuff too. So
they really do her up in this show to be like a Tatooine, dated a Jawa too. I love that little comment that we got.
Yes, thank you. Dated a Jawa. I almost forgot that. That's right. She dated a Jawa, so she could speak Jawanese, whatever you want to call it. So,
God help us, but yes, she could, and they're hairy, so that's always good too to know.
Another highlight too, if I may, Ryan.
Of course, please.
The introduction, or at least an introduction to me. I don't know if he's been in other stuff of the Black Carsantan. Excuse me.
Beautifully.
I don't know. They called him Black. I'm sorry, I got screwed up there, but they called him Black Carsantan once, and then they just started calling him Carsantan. So like,
yeah.
Wait, what? Like, so yeah, but
you're like that's when you get to the friend level with him. You can drop the black part. Like, then we're formal no more.
So I was like, wait, is it Black Chrysanthemum? But Chrysanthemum is basically probably one of for Star Wars, probably the scariest looking foreboding kind of character since Darth Vader. I mean, he's like an evil, mean Chewbacca. So imagine Chewbacca, but if he was even bigger, just nastier. I mean, how many laser shots did he take?
That was and at various points I was like, oh no, please, no, don't let him go out like this. But it just shows you how strong Wookiees really are. My God. But I would say he is terrifying, but still the most unattractive Wookiee is that Chewbacca's family from the holiday special.
Oof.
His Mala, his wife, and his father or grandfather.
Itchy. An unfortunate family.
Ooh, those are some ugly Wookiees. This Black Chrysanthemum is foreboding, terrifying, but I'll still take his face over that family.
I have a feeling too, Ryan, that Black Chrysanthemum does not celebrate Life Day.
No, he's not putting those robes on. No. He's like, I'm not bringing that bull with my red robe on. Hell no. I mean, this was a spoiler that at the time when we did an earlier episode a few weeks ago, just a quick thing. It was like a test and we were talking about wrestling, but we were also talking about, and the fact that people, Geof, were spoiling the episode less than an hour after the premiere. I even did a poll on Instagram. It seems like a lot of people were having the same issue, but then other people were like, no, it's just you. Mm-hmm. God bless you if you could stay away from the spoilers. But I saw Luke's thing on people talking about that. R2, they spoiled Grogu, they spoiled everything. I mean, I get it in this day and age, but I wish there was just a little leeway and not in an article title like, oh, blank Luke Skywalker returns on, the Book of Boba. So
yeah, that's why I stopped going to IGN because all right, so the day I had to play catch up, so I didn't want to watch it at first, and Ryan was just you gotta watch, and then probably was at episode 4 was airing, so I got hooked, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I just binged them all. So when we finally get to that very, very important episode 6, and we see Luke and training little Grogu, and then the gifts and that whole situation. So I happened to watch it that night that it came out.
Thank God.
Next morning, first thing in the morning, I get up and I just happen to check IGN. There's 4 things that are there. So we see Grogu. We see the gifts that are there, right? We see Luke Skywalker. We see everything. And I'm like, guys,
Ahsoka Tano too. That was another thing.
Ruined it. Yeah. I mean, for me, the best part was me watching it, and oh my God, there's Luke training Grogu. Mando goes to the planet. We get to see we actually get to see them like almost in the same area. They never connect.
What a great oh my God, what a killer moment for the fans that want those two characters together too. Emotion.
Oh, I mean, that baby Yoda is, whoever invented that is the
They're the smartest. I wonder if
person.
it was John Favreau or Dave Filoni, but they were smart. They were so smart with that. And just to and again, I hate that I don't want to be that person to talk on the sequel trilogy because there's aspects of that I love, but I don't know if you felt the same way, Geof. Watching that episode with Luke, it made me, and this happened in the finale of Mando too, like seeing the possibilities. And this Luke, I heard they hired a fan too that did the CGI, like deep fake this time. It looked so good. It looked like this was the sequel trilogy as a kid that I would have loved to have seen.
Yep.
This Luke, Grogu, this whole thing would have been amazing. So I gotta say, just for that alone, I will be so thankful for Book of Boba.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that, I mean, online that I read that had criticism on the CGI, and I just thought it was funny because the first time I think this technology was used was back in 2010 with Tron Uprising.
Tron, yes,
and they did that with the young Flynn.
Actually, yeah, it was.
And I mean, I thought back then that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I look at what they did with Mark Hamill's face in this and versus that, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, there's only so much you can do. This is actually pretty amazing that anybody could even pull something like that off. Let's just enjoy the moment, everybody. We don't got to be critical of it. Let's just enjoy the moment. Luke Skywalker's back. The last time I saw Luke Skywalker, he like killed himself or something like.
I don't know. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't want to. Well, here you go. Has that been retconned? Because, what's it called? Han Solo and Princess Leia's kid was the first person that Luke trained.
Yes, that was what the people were hoping, though. But I think that this one was the one that closed the door because he ended up picking Grogu, right? We're assuming he picked the Mando then, so he's not going to be the first.
He was training him. He was training him for quite some time. He trained him. That counts. Just because he didn't finish training him, Yoda didn't finish training him, but who trained Luke? Yoda.
Yes.
See what I did there? See that dance?
And it's poetry. It rhymes, like they say. Oh,
yeah.
I love that. And seeing him, I think that whole thing, too, of Luke getting to redo his whole thing with Yoda in Empire, with the flips and the backpack. I gotta say, I had grown man tears. R2 alone gave me chills. Like, just give me R2-D2 and I'm happy. But,
right.
So, okay. So we get to the big finale, which it's an hour, actually, this one.
Yeah, 58 minutes, almost 59 minutes. It's a full hour, and it's it goes, a lot happens, and it's fast. I was like, they're not going to wrap anything up in an hour. No way.
So based on the ending of the previous episode, we got a fan favorite villain, which is from the animated series, Cad Bane.
Yep. Cad Bane.
This bounty hunter is also terrifying. Talk about, Black Chrysanthemum is imposing, but this gentleman too, very, very imposing and creepy looking, I thought, in person, like in real life, as a matter of fact.
Huge red eyes, the fang teeth all the way across him was like a shark, very
voice
green. Yeah, the voice.
Yes.
It's a gunslinger, like an alien gunslinger. It's just a very cool character. And to actually see him not animated, or not, not like a cartoon animation. As CGI, but still, it's pretty cool. Very, very cool.
And then he takes on another fan favorite character from Mandalorian, Cod Vanth.
Yes.
Who was the sheriff of the Freetown. I'm getting like Walking Dead vibes from these names now of these towns. And Alexia, Freetown, the Treetop Kingdom.
Yes. I thought that was I did like that character as well. Yeah, he's the one where in Mandalorian, for you that might not have seen it, he had Boba Fett's armor.
Yes.
And he wound up and able to help save his city. He to get Mando's help, he was going to give him the armor back, to give Boba. So now in doing so, and he also wanted to align with the Mandalorian to help Boba Fett side with him in this big battle, with this whole season long battle with the
Yes,
Pike Syndicate.
Yes, the
He
Syndicate.
winds up getting shot in the shoulder, and we're told he's dead. So we showed loyalty.
Yes, because didn't the townspeople that even came, I thought they said like they took him out in cold blood or something.
Yep, they killed him in cold blood. And if there's one thing about the Mandalorian and that whole religion and all that, is like their main thing is loyalty.
Yes.
So that guy took a bullet or a laser for something that had really nothing, to do with him. He could have just said, okay, when Bane came up and said, you better not side with him, he could have been like, all right, cool,
Yeah,
whatever you say, guy. Like everybody else did. Everybody else kind of chickened out. He's like, no, stood his ground and died. So I have a feeling that man's going to get his armor just because he did not break the creed. He himself is living the creed. That's just my prediction. I could be wrong, but I have a feeling they keep bringing up the fact that this man gave up his armor.
Yes, you're right. Something's going to happen with this guy, or he's going to definitely play. And are we to assume that, we don't know as of now if Book of Boba is getting a second, if it was like a standalone series, but Jeff and I off camera were thinking that this is going to probably just continue. Like, we'll go back to the Mandalorian season 3, then maybe the next series. We have Obi-Wan coming out in May, but different time period. So, but we're assuming maybe the series will go to Mandalorian, then it will go to this series, and then maybe Ahsoka, and they're all kind of linked together, kind of thing, just to make you have to watch the series.
Yeah. And that's not the first like universe that has done that. Like even with Marvel, from the same company
building, Disney, the Marvel universe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you got to watch. You had to watch the Winter Soldier before you watch the Avengers because they had implicate. So they're going to tie all that stuff in together. I believe because everyone has. I don't know why everybody hated this show so much. Really, I could almost say like, oh, I could do that.
You need a nice soak in my bantha dick.
Yeah, the tank. I think it was awesome. I don't know if they're going to continue it. We're definitely going to get Mandalorian. Maybe they're going to want to see how Obi-Wan does. I don't feel that the Boba story is finished, and if anything, maybe they might just save. Because I like Fennec as a character too, and Chrysanthemum. I don't want to lose those guys, so I'm hoping even if Mandalorian has some, episodes, some crossover.
Yes,
I want to see more. I want to see more of that. He has his crew. Boba Fett was trying to assemble his own family, his own crew, because he worked for people that didn't give a shit about him, and now. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking a little bit too deep, but that's what I got.
Ooh, and Jeff, what if we get in Mandalorian, they give us 2 Book of Boba episodes so people can complain. They gave us 2 episodes of this Book of Boba again. But honestly, I don't know how much of this has been taken. Do you remember years ago, Lucas working on they were saying a Boba Fett movie. Lucasfilm was working on this Boba Fett standalone movie, and then Darth Maul's Syndicate, and they were going to do this Syndicate movie of the underground, the bounty hunters. I believe this was taken from that and kind of deconstructed into a series as opposed to a movie. So I wonder if we'll go to a Coruscant, which they mentioned in the finale.
Yep.
Which I believe was going to be part of the movie, like the underground of Coruscant. So I would love that if maybe Boba, I guess right now he doesn't have to, but like takes up in that whole gang, like you said, that I guess including the 60s Mod Squad Power Ranger group of the biker gang too. But yes, Fennec Chan, Black Chrysanthemum. Now I feel like we're not friends with him anymore because we're calling him Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, you're calling him like kid's version of Mister.
Yeah, that's right. This is hey, Mister. But yeah, oh my god, and how can we forget the Rancor monster?
Oh, and the Fets, the Jabba's family came back to claim that palace. Boba told him to go stick it, and they still brought him a gift, and it was a baby Rancor who became our hero.
See, there was people too that were thinking that was going to be a setup on the Hutt's end. which it didn't seem like it paid off. And I gotta say, Fennec Chan, I thought was going to turn on him throughout this whole series. I don't know why. I love that he has her as a loyal friend and, an ally. But I'm like, is she gonna, especially when she disappeared in this episode at one point, I said, is she gonna portray? I'm so glad that didn't happen yet. But there's something bad. I feel like something they could do.
Yeah. Sorry if you hear those Wookiee noises. Those are my baby Wookiees down there that are fighting over something, fighting over a toy.
They could do whatever they want.
Oh yes,
when they're cute like that, you get away with everything here on the Radical Retro side of things.
Yeah, they decided to come over here too, where I was recording, to have their little battle royal. They were all excited watching
their Book of Boba. They got their Book of Boba fight montage happening. So.
I never got, it's funny, Ryan. I never got that vibe from Fennec. I thought maybe that's why they showed that, like, she owed him everything because he saved her life. He found her basically left for dead, had that guy fix her up. So you brought up so the guy that fixed her up, and
the character's not called Thundercat, but it's played by like a songwriter singer named Thundercat in real life.
Yeah. So
a rapper? Maybe he's a rapper.
People didn't like him or the Power Ranger kids or whatever you were talking about. I really didn't care because I was just having too much fun watching the show.
That's right. I will say, I guess it takes you out because it was very modern, but we saw Luke Skywalker's hand replace an Empire Strikes Back, so they do this technology.
Yeah. I think you showed, like, okay, so this is how. She was gonna die, so you have to do something when what it's gonna do, like, and she's fixed. No,
gave her a C-3PO stomach over there. Those wires.
Yeah. and if you take a look, Boba Fett is an outcast, and who did he collect? Kersantin was an outcast. He was like a famous fighter.
Yes,
as we learned that everybody, once he got a little too old, people were there was no use for him. You had the biker kids who were outcasts that nobody wanted anything to do with them either. They were, like, basically, weirdos. They
were street trash. They would have been called
street trash. Street trash. They didn't like them. Even the people from Freetown thought said they were street trash. He brought in all these outcasts like himself to make this, like, his own syndicate, his own family. I think that's the point of it.
That's like us. We're putting together a crew.
We're putting together a crew of people. So I didn't really, they weren't really in the episodes that much for me to just, lose my shit over it.
No. There was
I was having too much fun watching Grogu and Luke and Baby Rancor and the Fets, and this show was phenomenal. Even if you didn't, I think anybody that would really watch it that goes in without anybody saying anything, I don't think you're going to walk away hate it. You might say it's not as good as Mandalorian because Ryan, what is?
Right. What is at this point? Yes, it's true. It's high, but there's people who criticize the Mandalorian as a filler episodes too. No one's ever happy, right? That's the thing.
Very fickle. We couldn't wait to, we as fans couldn't wait to, I heard about it for years. It was at IMDb or anywhere. Oh, we need Boba Fett back. Oh, we need Boba Fett back. Oh, we get Boba Fett back. Oh, this show's terrible.
He's not Boba Fett, but we really don't know really too much about Boba, honestly, from what we've seen on canon, on video. Yeah. Do we really know really much about Boba?
No, it's like they're like the criticism has been he lost his mystique. I still don't really know much about him. I kind of know what he looks like, but I figured that from the Attack of the Clones back in
exactly
2002
or whatever. Jeff, you saw exactly after that movie that lost the mystique of Boba Fett for me. You're right.
Yeah. The only thing I know about him now is how he escaped the Sarlacc.
And that he's a loyal guy, which I appreciate. The Gamorrean guards. Oh, our thin Gamorrean guards.
That was a sad casualty. I thought we lost in one episode. We were going to lose Kersantin.
Yeah, multiple times.
I think he's so awesome. I love that.
When he broke through that what would you call it? It was like a
shield.
It was a shield. It was like Star Wars, like the battle droids kind of esque shield
from the prequels. Yep. Yeah, it was. They weren't able to penetrate that. And man, at one point, I'm like, what are they going to do? Like, how? It took all of them to work together, all these outcasts to work together, pull it off. But the Rancor is Boba Fett left, and he's like, I forgot all about the Rancor. I'm like, where's he going? Is he gonna come back with clones, or I know he's come back?
Can you imagine? Oh my God, this the Slave One, which is not called the Slave One anymore. What is it called? The Star something Spitfire or something like that. I forgot what the new name is.
Yeah, there's like some kind of new name.
Fire,
Like
the Fire Spire, something. We'll say the Slave One here.
I'm gonna call it the Slave One. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you, I mean, at one point I thought maybe, I mean, they even had some comedy in this episode. So we see little Grogu go out, you know,
Kelly.
when Mandalorian's about to like eat it from that whatever that droid, what they call it, a scorpion something, a scorpion.
Yeah, that was something scorpion.
And it stabs, and it was getting ready to. It already hurt Mando once. It was about to do it again, and little Grogu comes out, and he does his little, you know, and you think, you know, and the droid lifts up, and you think it's gonna like fly in the air, explode, and just this like one little like bolt piece comes off that doesn't affect it at all. Bolt piece comes out and shoots and knocks out Grogu, and in such a tense moment, I actually laughed. I mean, this is what I mean. Like, it was just a fun show. Even then, that was so unexpected. I was
so unexpected. Exactly. You think something like almost like, what was it, the Mudhorn in the other season when he does the Force on that thing when he was being attacked to the Mando in one of those episodes. Yep. Something grand like that, but no, this little part. But I got to tell you, Pelly just losing her tooth made me laugh too. It's just the silliest thing to me. That's Lucas style humor.
Yes. And I have a feeling that Pelly and the that counselor guy, the negotiator, what did they call him? The tail?
Yes.
Was it tail wings or something?
Oh my God, the guy who worked for the mayor of the thing that's played by, he's another Star Wars actor. He's known for the voice of Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars cartoon, I believe. Dave.
Oh, I didn't know that.
God, here I go. Sorry, people, I didn't sleep well.
No, while you look at that, I mean, he's the one who's like, sorry, everybody. If I may please, you know, here's the best way to do. I mean, he had that voice. He was so kind of slimy for a while. And then he wound up becoming part of the team because the Syndicate didn't give a crap what happened to him. So now he's a part of that team too. That's what I mean. It was a whole bunch of outcasts and people that got thrown away that were in one. So people not digging all these side characters. I was like, that was kind of the point of it.
That was exactly
the only other way they could have went with this show, and maybe they could do this for season 2. I want to see maybe a flashback thing of when Boba Fett and all of the other what was it, like 88 DT, like all the bounty hunters from Empire. They're all slipping my name for some reason right now. Like if they almost maybe see some of those, like, you know, flashbacks of when I don't know if they all kind of hung out or if they all were going after each other's rewards or whatever, but that would have been something cool to see some more extra bounty hunters.
You know, I think I must have gotten it wrong. I swear to God, it was that Star Wars actor, but I don't see him. James Arnold Taylor. I thought it was him, but I guess not. It sounded like his voice.
Yeah.
But I agree. What was it? Not BB-8. Oh my God.
He had 4. He had like 4. I used to have
IG-88.
IG-88. Yes. And then there was that one, like
the yellow and that he's got that space. I used to love him. I used to love that action figure too.
I mean, my parents went out and then the one guy that almost looked like a robot mummy, but he had like a human.
Yes, that dude. He's always wrapped up. He's got that head triangle thing.
And like my parents bought me for Christmas like every single one of those people. And I mean, I always used to think like they were. What is it?
Bosk is the lizard looking like guy.
Bosk.
Who else do we have here? We also have IG-88. Yeah, what is that gentleman's name? He's not even listed here.
Let's just call him the robot mummy.
For Loom or for LOM.
Oh God.
He's one of them. Oh, he is the protocol droid with insect-like features.
Yeah.
Dengar is the bounty hunter from Corellia, Han Solo's planet. He's the wrapped one. Forgive me.
Okay.
Bosk and a Trandoshan and Boba Fett and IG-88.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I used to have them on. I guess when I saw the movie at first, Empire, I thought they were like a gang, and they all kind of split
Yes,
up.
yes, and we were gonna see this bounty hunter and this bounty hunter maybe competing or like all fighting for the Han.
Yeah, there's an idea. There's a cool idea for a show for people that didn't like a nicer Boba. He wasn't really nice, but not nicer Boba Fett. I mean, did Bane not call it at the very end? He's like, you're not. I mean, we have the spoilers thing up too, just in case someone scrolled through and because it's a big spoiler. But yeah, they have a showdown, and Boba's like, I'm here to protect these people, and Bane's like, you're going soft in your old age. You're a killer.
Yes, and he said people change.
He's like, yep, people change, and he didn't. I mean, he straight up. He could have just knocked him out or whatever. No, he straight up killed him. And he's like, see, I was right. You're still a killer. So, and I thought that was good.
I wonder what will happen with that too, if that's setting up something. A torment for Boba.
Yeah, maybe torment for Boba, but at the very end, he seemed pretty happy. He was he had that giant fruit thing that he gave to our boy BK.
Yeah. And then there was the end after credit, mid credit.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan, for telling me, because I watched it and then I didn't stay through the credits, and then I brought up what happened, and you're like, go back and watch it.
So another setup. So definitely either in Mandalorian or Book of Boba, possibly season 2 if that happens. Mm-hmm. I can't wait. I mean, we got the ground levels here for everything. I think it could only get better, honestly.
Yep. And I mean, because we have spoilers, that was one of the things that saved the show for me, was that Cobb Vanth is in the back to
yes.
And with the guy that healed Fennec is totally healing him too. So
that's God, if we could all get one of those at home, I would be ready and willing to go inside.
Oh yeah.
Heal my whole body from head to toe. I'll have flashbacks. I don't mind.
Yeah. Where can I buy one of those? I could use that. right now.
Amazon. So,
sorry about my Wookiees, by the way. I should have left them upstairs.
I know.
They were sleeping until we got on here. Now they're having WrestleMania over there.
Listen, I hope no one minds at home. But I actually, from working at a dog facility for years, I literally just blanked it out. Like literally, I could just focus right on you, and I guess that's a skill.
Yeah.
So all in all, your feelings, Geof. I know we didn't want to go on too long, but I thought just excited. Are you looking forward to the future of this series, these characters? I mean, we pretty much said it, of course, but
yeah, I mean, I do enjoy it. It's not as good as The Mandalorian because it's a very different show. The only time it feels like The Mandalorian is when they had the 2 Mandalorian episodes.
Yes.
It was nice to see Grogu again. It was nice to see how Boba Fett escaped the Sarlacc. I love the way it came together. I would love to see another season and see where they would go with it.
Yeah.
But I'm also looking forward to, if we never get it again, if this is a one and done season, it was a hell of a season.
Amen.
We have Obi-Wan coming up. We have Mando season 3. Mando's the best. And I think if you go in expecting The Mandalorian with Boba Fett,
that would have been one of the problems too, I think.
Yeah, I think that's what happened to a lot of people. And I'll say what, I think the OG original trilogy people, the Star Wars Empire Return, they're really going to like this one. I think this one was written for them. This one's for them. For us, I should say.
Exactly. A return to classic Star Wars, ?
Yep. And Ewan McGregor to come. I love Ewan McGregor. He's a fantastic actor. I am so looking forward to Obi-Wan. And here's how fickle Star Wars fans are, right? Everyone hated Hayden Christensen. He's coming back for this, right? For Obi-Wan. Yeah. Everyone's all excited about it.
You love how that comes full circle like that? I mean, thank God. I'm glad that he, and we spoke about it one time too, the actor Ahmad Best that played Jar Jar, like who had like critical to the point of bullying online, and of course Jake Lloyd Anakin we spoke of too at one point off screen. Like, I love how it's turned the tides, and then people are like, well, it could be worse, I guess. Like they've seen how Star Wars could go to, and they're like, you know what, those prequels weren't so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Geof, oh no. There we go.
Welcome to the Gcap Recap. No.
Well, you know what? Hell. Either
It's our
one, I'm
crossover.
thrilled. I'm
it's
thrilled.
Our Mando Boba crossover. Yeah.
So, Geof, the people can find you over at the Gcap Recap channel. Do you have anything fun coming up? Little teases or any? I mean, we have a few, I guess, live streams coming up.
You and I are going to be doing a couple of food challenges.
Yeah,
we're going to be on Cappy Hour with Slash Vision. We're going to be talking about Bible Man.
Yes, next Tuesday.
Yeah, joking around, guys. For people that
yes, we were. We're not trying to get. We're not trying to go to hell here. We're just we're talking about the series. It came up in one of our streams, and
yeah,
people wanted us to talk about it.
Yeah, we went down a strange rabbit hole, and you're putting this up tonight, right? This Wednesday. Yes. So the Saturday I will be doing on Alucard Reviews channel. I'll be doing my first ever watch along. Yes. So I hope I
do you know what movie you're watching yet?
I don't know yet. I don't know if we've decided. I voted, but I think
to be continued. Then that's even more of a reason to check out Al's channel and Geof on there.
Cliffhanger. So I've never done something like that. Hopefully I'm funny enough to do it. It's like Mystery Science Theater. We'll see.
Listen, if anyone could do it, it is you.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, I mean, we're always doing stuff over on Geof's channel. We're doing things here on the Radical Retro Rewind, but the next few things, it will be Cappy Hour on Geof's channel with David from Slash Vision Podcast, a fantastic podcast. He is hysterical. If you enjoy Geof and I's banter by any means, David is hysterical, and the three of us, we start with something and we end up on all over the place. So it's always fun.
You and I were pretty tame in this episode, so that was
yeah, we had a game plan. We knew what we were going to hit, and that was that. So well, everybody, do you have any last words?
Yes, I just wanted to say thank you for having me on the Radical Retro Rewind. I always look forward to this. So I'm not on here too often. So
thank you for being on here. Are you kidding me? It's an honor when Gcap comes here, Geof, or I better as I know him, Geof.
Duck goose.
Oh yes. And talk about t-shirts. This man has amazing t-shirts. Sometimes he'll even give you a fashion show. Changing them looks.
Yes.
I love it. Oh my God. Geof, it's an honor to have you. I am thrilled anytime I can have you. And that was this. So, I mean, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe to both of our channels. It truly means so much to us, and it helps us really spread the word. Unfortunately, in this climate, it's all about the likes, the comments, the shares, and the viewing to help support these channels. So anything, even if it's you guys are, well, no, maybe don't be mean, but we'll take it if it is. We're not experts. But thank you, Star Wars fans. Thank you, Radical Ones. Thank you, Geof from the Gcap Recap channel. And tune in next time, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, everybody.
And go into the Bantha tank.
Yeah.
You'll get a good soaking.
The Bantha tank.
God forgive us just for that alone. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.